Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Boy, I haven't done a video like this in quite a while. Yes, remember back in Rwanda and in New York, I did those iconic videos with me um, doing her live videos in the dark, looking outside the window. I particularly love doing this. It's the best part of the day, I think, to do a video. Yes. Good morning. Yes, I'm here in Thailand, and it is August 12th, 2026, and it's after 5 o'clock. It might be like 5:30 by this time. Yeah, but I wanted to get I was doing a lot of thinking, and yes, I've been kind of moving around a little bit, and I wanted to discuss this. And I feel for me to be more on disclosure. I just feel it's my responsibility to be more transparent. Since I've been here to Thailand about 2.5 weeks now, I just feel for me that I just want to share with you certain things. I've always shared with you guys, and I just feel in my heart that I feel that certain things should be said. You've heard that these terms that they use for people who put up YouTube videos, uh, they're using the term content, what do you call it, influencer or just content creator. But these are new terms for me. But um, it could be deceptive. And I think that's what I want to talk about. I feel for me, being here and how I'm internalizing things or experiencing things, I just feel, you know, traveler, be aware. Be aware because I don't want any of you fooled. Yeah, it's like now, these days, people are what they call digital nomads. They're going all over the planet to travel and um, provide content and um, create realities for the viewer. And since now I am exploring my world, uh, the things that feeling, experiencing. Now, many of you know I'm from New York City, and I left New York City the end of 2023. And I thought to bring my little doggies, Lily, Lilac, and Lavender. I was a mama dog for 16 years. And I thought, with the dangers that were happening where I lived in Midtown Manhattan near Times Square area. And all these things were happening to me there. There were several attempts on my physical well being, my safety. I did get attacked once, physically attacked. I told you all about that. And the vulnerability I was feeling. And it's when they tried to steal my little boy dog, Lavender. May he rest in peace. He passed away, many of you know, last December 77. I'm sorry, December 2025. Uh, I was feeling, I thought I was going to be able to handle it, but my sadness and anger started kicking in. And eventually I said, uh, I want to move from Rwanda. Now, Rwanda was a beautiful place. I shared you many, many, many countless videos me walking with Lavender, carrying him, sometimes walking him, um, enjoying the early morning weather. It was beautiful and cool, the weather. And I enjoyed the little routine that I developed for us. And when he passed away last December, my I was feeling like I didn't feel comfortable there. I didn't want to walk around anymore there. And I wanted a clean break from Rwanda. Um, Even though I made so many acquaintances and there were so many beautiful things about Rwanda. And I thought, hey, I just want to leave. I don't think I'll ever come back. But like they said, never say never. That's what I say now. There were a lot of positive things with Rwanda, in particular the weather. And I love nature and everything and those little escapes. I loved it. But I said, I just wanted some distance between the events that happened in Rwanda and I wanted a new life. And I in the past used to talk about a place called Morocco. And I was developing this love affair for Morocco. And so I went. I left Rwanda mid-April of 2026. And I was there for about a total of 3.5 months, I think. Yeah, about 3.5 months maximum. Yeah, I left in July, mid-July. And, oh yeah, mid-July. And so I still been watching so many videos on YouTube and the travelers and everything. And I feel I need to share with you guys things. Hey, how you doing? I see we have a viewer. Good morning to you. Yeah, I think this is very important, people, what I want to share. See, I feel in my heart, for me to not say anything, I would be lying. And what's the whole point of being a so-called content creator or um, what do you call it, an influencer? When I first uploaded my first video in I think it was actually 2013, I uploaded my first video. And I uploaded my video. It was regarding Trayvon Martin, the 17-year-old boy who was living in Florida, who got unalived by George Zimmerman, a wannabe police person. And he took in his own hands to racially profile someone who he repeatedly said, oh, he's up to no good. The boy was just on his way home. Yeah, and we all know what happened there. And those who don't know about Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman tragedy, the tragedy against the boy, Trayvon Martin, the responsibilities and the things that happen to others. I just, yeah, it that incident really sparked that it initiated my putting up the video to just grieve, to share my thoughts. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. I get really distracted sometimes. I have so much going on in my mind racing a lot of times. But I just feel, be honest with people and share. Tell them. Sometimes things don't hit you right away. Sometimes you're mesmerized by certain things and locations, and then reality clicks in. And that's what I'm doing here now. So, but that's what prompted me to start doing YouTube in 2013. And I just uploaded that video on Trayvon Martin just to grieve. So, fast forward. Yeah, that was the incident happened in 2012, but I did the video in 2013. And I've been putting up content since that time. I have multiple channels. And but my main channel right now is Spirit Journey. And yes, what a journey. So, what's happening now? Okay, so many of you have been following, who have been following my channel. Um, yes, I wanted to start a new life that wasn't my little doggy centered life. Yeah, it's a weird feeling when you present you have you start a life, and with me I got the three dogs, and I wanted them, and I knew in my heart, if you get all these responsibilities, it'll keep you more grounded. It'll keep you from moving around. And I didn't want to move around. I wanted to force myself to stay in one place because I had a lot of mobility prior to getting my dogs. About it was about maybe 10 years prior, and I didn't want to do that habit again and jumping around different places. But look what's happening. So either way, I was a mommy's dog for 16 years, and this is the first time in 16 years that I have mobility to go where I want to go, move where I want to move, everything. Not having to race back home to feed my dogs. Now, I loved feeding my dog. I loved my babies. I'm not trying to say, oh, they were a weight on my back. No, 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 no. I don't mean to convey that if that's what you thought. No, that's not at all. I'm just saying for 16 years, I kept my life very, very streamlined and just took care of my babies, my little fur babies, that is, okay? But now that they're gone and I'm trying to get through, the process of healing and uh, releasing that pain, um, I want to see what's out there in the world. And especially my looking on all these videos and seeing all these places and everything. So many of you know, okay, I left America, moved to Rwanda, and life happened to me there. But I like to say now that life happens for me now. Life happens for me. See, I don't want to act like a victim. I'm not a victim. But we all go through learning processes. That's all I'm saying. And rather than saying that life happened to me, putting me in a victim mode, life, life happens for me, is to teach me, to educate me, the good and the bad. Okay, so I stayed in Morocco, and I had to be honest with myself. Now I wanted Morocco to be, I wanted to fall in love with Morocco. But Morocco had certain elements that I didn't like. And I didn't do that many videos in Morocco. I mean, I did them, but I was thinking, there were, let me just say it, there were microaggressions. And uh, I said to myself, I don't like this. Now, there are many beautiful things with Morocco. What I fell in love with Morocco What I fell in love with Morocco was their mint tea culture. Yeah, I'm a tea drinker. Even before I went to Morocco, I love my tea. I would have my tea in Rwanda almost every day. But not, yeah, I would have regular mint tea, the tea bags, and get that, and some loose tea. But in Morocco, they use the fresh mints. They mix it with this other coffee. I'm sorry, not coffee. These other teas, but they put like a fresh mint also in the hot water, and I love it. I loved going to the souk El Had specifically, and I was invited to drink tea at the souk. It was a magical moment. And I also fell in love with their bread. Their bread, it's like a round, it looks like a frisbee almost. And I loved it. I fell in love with that. And I will buy it when I run out. I enjoyed it. But there were microaggressions. And this is what I want to talk about, what I feel is really important. See, a lot of people are doing videos and just showing one side. And they don't want you to know about other things because people don't want to hear about negativity, right? But see, this is Spirit Journey. And I've always been upfront with you guys until I like when I sometimes it takes me a long time to kind of get my thoughts out, right? So I just feel that, hey, uh, let people know so that they can make an educated uh, decision in their lives. And if you just show one side, um, I feel that it's not you're doing people a disservice. Now, yes, Morocco has its reputation. Yes, and there are YouTubers, and in specific, Black YouTubers, Black American YouTubers, who've visited Morocco. And the general consensus, um, kind of problematic. We all knew what they were getting at. But I wanted to fall in love with Morocco. See, I'm a food person. I uh, I went to school for nutrition. I have my master's in nutrition, and then I have my certificate in pastry arts. And so I like food. I used to work in the food, industry. Not long though, but I was in it. And so I like my food. I like health and everything. And I have a fascination with spices and everything. And for me, Morocco, like I would see these videos with these shopping areas, what they call the souks, and these tons of spices and everything. I fell in love with that. And so I wanted to go see it for myself. And yeah, Rwanda is not into spices at all. Can you get spices in Rwanda? Yes, some. But see, I wanted bulk. I wanted to go get some. And Morocco was that type of person. And I'm a foodie person. I like food. And so I knew, like, after the passing of my little fur babies, I know food makes me, puts a smile on my face. Well, I should say good tasting food puts a smile on my face. And the romanticism of Morocco. And it was just there. And so I said, I'm going for it. A friend of mine encouraged me to go. And so I went. I initially was going to take a little trip to many countries in Africa. But what my friend had said, and I just thought, hey, go to one place, enjoy. You knew you always wanted to go there. So I did. And I did get my resident card there too. But there were microaggressions that happened to me there. And I didn't want to feel like, because what I was going to do was to say, you know, there are microaggressions. So maybe if I just limit where I go, I know I can shop at such and such store. I know I can shop at the souk, etc. But but I felt like I was going to be in like a shoebox. I don't want to. I want to feel free as a butterfly to go anywhere, to travel anywhere in Morocco. I didn't want that hindrance to me. I didn't want to be held back. If I want to go to a place, I want to go to a place. And when you feel like you're limited where to go because of microaggressions, you might say, what does that mean, Azalea? Spirit journey. What does that mean? What do you mean microaggressions? Well, sometimes when you're around others, um, you can feel the tension You can feel that you're not wanted. And I don't like that feeling. I don't. And if I'm paying out of my pocket, uh, I don't believe in paying people. I don't believe in doing business with people that don't like you in their heart. And that's what I was feeling. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. That's what I was feeling. And so I I examined everything. Um, some of the people, medical, because again I have braces, remember that? And I wanted to find a nice dentist. I found them to be um, so arrogant that they were not respecting me as a client, as a paying client. And I don't know whether it's their faith-based system that is making them that way, or the culture of, because I'm a woman, that you don't have to give women respect, or to let them know that they want to do this or that. Yeah, there were certain incidences that happen with the dentist. Now, I thought the first dentist, I thought it was my dream come true. And then they did a fast one on me. And I won't go into details, but they did a fast one I thought it was so unethical. And then I tried to find another place. And just as bad, there is no integrity with the people in the dentist that I met, and they share other people's dental files. That's what pissed me off the last time, the second place. Um, that is a no-no in America. You cannot take someone's medical records, dental records, whatever record, and share them with other clients, doctors, whatever. They were so fucking arrogant, in my opinion, excuse my French. And I said, this is enough. I did visit other places. And I said, you know something? I don't like this. I need great dental care. And then there were other things that happened too. Other microaggressions, things that happened at a restaurant that I didn't like. Yeah, outright rudeness and disrespect. Couldn't believe it. And I've been there several times at this Italian restaurant in Morocco. Yeah, I even did a video, Where is My Flower? Video. Yeah, I didn't pull that. But there were little things. And one day when I woke up in Morocco, it was maybe in June. Yeah, it was mid-June, no, mid to late June. And I woke up, I said, I don't want to stay here anymore. And I was also decided that for myself from this same friend that I talked to about Morocco that encouraged me to move here. But uh, this person I know has a boldness about them. And when they shared with me that they had gone to a trip once and they lasted 2 days there, they said, I had enough. And they said, but they went to the airport and it says, give me a ticket. I said, I just want out of this country. Fly me anywhere, just anywhere out of this country. And yes, they gave her that one-way ticket out of that country. But I admired her strength. I admired her strength. And I said, I like that. See, some people should get ashamed. And I've met people in my travel. I used to live in the U.S. Virgin Islands of St. Thomas. And that was almost 40 years ago. And I had gone there. And I met, Yeah, the U.S. Virgin Islands, that's part of the U.S. It's a territory. And a lot of Americans go there. And I met a woman. She was a white woman. And yeah, St. Thomas is in the Caribbean. And she shared a story with me. She was to get married, and she flew all the way for this romantic wedding of hers in St. Thomas. Well, it didn't happen. The guy never showed up, and she was so ashamed what happened to her. So she stayed in that place for 20 something years, if I remember right. It was a long time. And I was just so happened to bump into her when I was living there. And she trusted me with the story, and she just unloaded her heart to me regarding what happened to her. And she was still living in shame about the incident, but she just felt the need to talk to someone. And I guess because I was, from the U.S. mainland, and so she trusted to tell me the story. Yeah, and I never told anyone that story until recently. And I think about this woman, and I didn't want to walk through shame about something. Like sometimes we might, as women, we might do things, go to places to please others, or the romanticism behind something, and then when it falls through or it's not what you thought, and you say, wow. So I say this, ladies or gentlemen, young and old, don't fall for the trap of feeling embarrassed. I mean, you feel what you feel, but don't let it hold you back. If something doesn't work for you, or you thought something was going to be something, but it wasn't, it's okay to go back home if you need to. And I'm telling this to myself too. So I'm human also. I have my egos or whatever what you want to call it, just like anybody else. If something doesn't work for you, get out. Get out of the situation. If you don't find the people nice, then they're not nice to you or whatever, what you feel. If you get stood up at the altar, that's okay. It's on that person, that other person. Shame on that other person. It's okay to go back home and then tell the world what that creep did to you. Okay? Yeah. So, furthermore, what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, about Thailand. Yeah, I did a video when I arrived in Thailand about 2.5 weeks ago. It was my first time ever being in Asia, ever to be in Asia of any kind. To step out of the airport to, my plane landed in Dubai once, and that is in Asia, but I didn't get out, and it was just in transit. But to come here to Thailand, this is Asia, and I got out of the plane, and I'm in my unit right now. And I said, "Wow." But I have to ask myself these questions. Now I went to this mall, and I did a little video, and there are a lot of black people who are coming to Thailand. I saw countless of videos on Thailand, and a lot of black Americans are coming here. Yeah, they're even in this town. Yeah, I was excited for them. I was happily excited for them. But I started thinking, I need to reevaluate something. Um, I went to a restaurant, that's all I'll say. There was a black owned restaurant. And did I do a video there? I forget if I did a video there or I just took pictures. But either way, I was so happy. Even before I came here to Bangkok, flew to Bangkok, Thailand, I saw a video on this restaurant. It was a black-owned restaurant, and I said, I gotta go there. And I was going to go there the first or second day when I arrived. That's what I said to myself before I came to Thailand. And logistics and everything, but I decided to go the following week. And in short, now I'm hoping that they made a mistake, but I was overcharged more than double. And what's weird about it, I like traveling. I like to keep abreast on what I'm spending for what, so you know where your money's going. So it was just something that I do. I keep a little notebook with me and I write down if I spend something. It also lets me know, okay, to if I want to buy it again, how much to bring next time, okay? So it's just simply as that. It's not nothing else. It's just my way of managing my finances. So um, I was gonna go pay it by Apple Pay, but the settings had changed and I wasn't able to use it. So I just gave them my plastic. So I I did not look carefully with the total, like, because what I did, because I was trusting, and this is why I'm doing this video also. I was trusting because it's Thailand, and everybody is encouraging Black folk, and even me, go to Thailand, Black people. Remember that video I did? So it seems like a big error happened. Yeah, I had them do, the button you press the tip, right? It was almost three times the amount. And I tried to call them, and the phone's just ringing. I emailed them what happened, and no response. I even did the WhatsApp, and they still didn't get in contact with me. No response whatsoever. And what I learned from this is, remember I said life happens for you, people. Life happens for you. Um, what's happening here is how I want to internalize it so I don't feel like a victim. That life is telling you that, me, I should say, that you're not a race, you're not a color, you are you. You are the butterfly, and you're going to fly light and about and enjoying your journeys and learning from each one of these experiences. And just because something is skin folk does not make them your kinfolk. Now, it was someone not from my community who rang up the bill. Okay. It was a local person who worked there, who's from there, that seemed to have made this transaction occur. And I feel very upset about this. And I think maybe life wanted to teach me, don't go back. Don't try to seek out certain places because of the race, religion, color, all that. Go to a place because it has something of value, that they respect you, etc. This should be, I want this to be my new phase of life. And a big part of Spirit Journey, I talk about the issues that happen within the Black community. And before, Spirit Journey channel was my Black Com Warning channel, which was upfront about Black issues, Black America, Black empowerment, right? But now I'm getting older, wiser, and life is life. No matter where you go, and no matter what classification you are given in life. And so I felt to be, to share that with you guys, and that here I put my trust and went to a Black-owned restaurant, and to be overcharged almost 3 times the amount. My bill came up to equivalent of 162 American dollars for a piece of fish, a little piece of steak, and dessert, ice cream and cake. And that was it. And it was to be a 10% tip. And this, boom, happened. I'm very angry. But you know what it showed me? That, hey, don't put your trust in a flavor. Put your trust in yourself. And there were other little things that had me thinking. See, I felt to share that story because, see, it's about trust. See, people watch our videos and they may have a favorite YouTuber and they may say, oh, well, so and so went there, and they're honest or whatever what they want to say. And I'm going to go there because they recommended it. So so after that incident with the restaurant, I was waiting for a call back. And during that time, I went to that mall called, oh, what was the name now? Oh, yeah, Icon Siam. And, I had a great time. I had a great time. Yes, I honestly had a great time there. I showed little snippets while I was there. But one of the videos I did there, I think I did 2 videos while at that mall. It's a very big mall. And I think yes, I was walking around and I said, I entitled the video, I think I entitled it, Black People Come to Thailand. And I showed them different things in the mall, a lot of foodies. See, I'm a food-oriented person at times. Yes, I like food. And, uh, and then when I got home that day, I was very happily excited about my experience for that day. But I started thinking, because I was watching other videos on YouTube, and I said, I know the experience I had at that restaurant. I know the experience I had with Morocco with the microaggressions. And I know that, with Thailand, they're encouraging people to come to Thailand like it's going to be their savior. And I want to prevent that from happening. Yes, we have our favorite channels that we may watch. We like certain genre. But are we being honest with them? Are you, are you disclosing certain things? And so when I came back from the big shopping mall um, and watching other videos and, encouraging people to go to certain places, I said, wait a minute. I don't want people to be, I don't want you robbed. I don't want you to be so trusting about a place. Because little things that happen, like, for example, I went to a restaurant here, and it was a similar pattern what happened to me in Morocco. Let me tell you what also happened in Morocco. Um, that I now enjoyed myself at the souk. And this one place I was going to quite often give me big hello. I felt like a celebrity. See, my ego, my ego. And you know what? They were overcharging me on my bill. And I caught it once. I said, hey, what is this? Well, what they were doing, see, they were relying on you, trusting them, making you feel good about yourself, giving you big hello and, hey, take a seat here, And then they will put things on your bill. And and if you don't look carefully, you'll pay it. See, they don't think twice about doing it. What they see is you are a stranger and you come from the West and you have money and we want it. And so they would create these bills for you. Or they do what you call real sneakery. You order your food and you make sure you write down, hey, I want this. Okay, how much is it cost? You try to be proactive so you know what the bill is and what you could afford or not afford or what you're willing to pay, right? And nothing wrong with that. They had put like bread and a little small bottle of water on the table. Now in America, they put a little glass of water on your table. That's common. Um, and at the end of the meal, I was so happy that day. And when I'm happy, I pay more, right? Um, so I paid the bill what I thought I had to pay plus the tip. And then he says, "Oh, well, you have to pay for the water." And I'm thinking, I look stupid. I had looking so stupid, people. What happened? So my mind is like racing right now, at that time. And I said to myself, "Okay, buddy, I'll pay for the water, but it's going to come out from your tip." I said, "Okay, you have the money to pay it." There, I didn't say it quite like that, but basically that's what I'm saying. And he looked stupid back because, see, I handed him all the money that was to pay for that meal. And anything extra was to be his tip because he was being greedy and he wanted to charge me for something that I didn't ask for. But it made it because he put the food and everything else on the table at once. So I thought it came with the meal. And the same thing happened yesterday. And immediately my mind flew back to Morocco. I placed my order, and then she shortly comes and puts a bottle of water and a bottle of a carbonated drink. And immediately my mind is thinking, is this Morocco revisited? So I waited maybe 5 minutes or something like that. And then when she was walking past me, I called her over. So so this is how I worded it. I said, "Oh, excuse me, miss, how much is this?" I didn't ask her, "Is this free?" If it was free, she would say, "Oh, this is complimentary," okay? Or whatever, what she'll convey. So she told me what the price was. I said, "Thank you." And I left it right there. Didn't touch it. And in addition to that, see, I had forgotten how much my meal was costing. And my fear was I didn't want her to do an add-on and to sneak in the cost of that water and carbonated drink because she put it on my table. As a result of all these things, thievery or tricking you to squeeze out more money from you, I wanted to know exactly how much my meal cost. So I took out my money, put it in my hand. I didn't know the exact amount, but I had half the amount in my hand, showing out in the open. And I stood up and walked over to where the menu book was because I didn't want them to think I was trying to leave the restaurant without paying. So I had the money in my hand. I reached over to get the menu and with my phone, my calculator. And then the lady shortly after walked over to me with her calculator. And she sees I'm trying to see the bill. So she shows me where it was. And I said, "Okay." And then I paid the bill and she gave me my correct change. And she had kind of like a look on her face when I was walking away. And I felt a little awkward, to be honest. But see, also, I have to admit, because of their faith-based system, was the same as what it was in Morocco. And that's also why I wanted to check, because I saw a pattern. You're very soft spoken, Um, you can have the bill that, people can do add ons. And if you don't know how much your meal costs, they can tell you anything. They can tell you anything. and you pay it. Or sometimes you pay it knowing that it's not something not right about the bill, but you want to save face. Things like that happen. You want to save face. You don't want to be viewed as the dirty American, the stingy American. But people are being robbed. People's bill, they go overseas and they're all smiling at you. Maybe you even smile back, but you could be tricked, and you're overpaying, and your ego and your embarrassment level could kick in. I am tired of being deceived. I'm tired of it. And yeah, they might kind of smirk because they know that you know what's up. And yeah, they might say, oh, you're a stingy American, where you're a greedy local. Okay, you can throw it right back. See, that is being honest. And yes, these places could look beautiful, but be careful about why you're trusting someone. Trust is earned, and they can do things. I mean, when I'm thinking back on certain things that happened, and some of it that I caught, and it was just happening so often. And back in America, these things didn't happen to me. That's why I feel that it's deliberate. It didn't happen to me in America, but now it's happening when I'm overseas. And a lot of YouTubers are doing these videos, beautiful scenery, like even now. Look at this. I like this. It's a nice view. But I say, be careful. Be careful with your money. People don't respect you. They oftentimes respect money. And the more they want it, the more they want, the more they want to take. And just be careful. And yes, there are beautiful places and beautiful people and honest people out there. But I just felt, especially after going to that Black-owned restaurant, and that we're putting our trust in people, places. And so I said to myself, I think I pulled it yesterday. Yeah, I didn't feel right about it. The video that said, Black America, come to Asia. I pulled the video. Yes, that's what I did, people. I pulled the video because, yes, I had a good time at that mall. But um, there's a thing that, you got to let people know. Hey, yes, you could come to Asia, but be wise as a serpent, but as gentle as a dove, as they say in the scriptures. Yes, you can go anywhere you want to go, but just be careful so you don't become a victim and wondering, boy, you're losing this money and that money. Yeah. Yeah, I just felt that it was important for me to share that. And if we put out content that says, hey, come to such and such place, and if you know that certain things are happening, you got to share that. See, a lot of Black folk, we go where other Black people go. But if we don't share what happened, you know, hey, they're going to fall in the same pit. So be careful when, know exactly, you know. See, I needed to do more that day when I went to that restaurant in Bangkok. I needed to, like I wrote down what everything cost, but I didn't do a grand tally. I just wanted to write down what the things cost. So I needed to know how much it cost total so that when I did press the amount for the tip, that approximately how much it would cost. But I didn't do that. I didn't. And that's what I feel badly about. I didn't check because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. And no one from that restaurant ever called me back. And I won't go back there. I won't go back. And if I find that I made the mistake or something, then I have to owe up to that. I just know uh, what the items cost and what it rang up on my bill. Brother, I feel so foolish about that. Yeah, yes, accidents do happen. But it seems like a lot of these accidents seem to happen outside of the country. And yeah, so anything could happen in any country. Yes, it can. But my growing up in New York City, I didn't have these type of mistakes. Not like this. Not like this. But it can happen. But see, our guard is down because they saying, "Oh, they're so friendly here and this and that." Um, so we put our guard down. I put my guard down at the restaurant because I wanted to promote it. I wanted to promote. I mean, before I even came, I made an announcement to them. I said, "Hey, I'm going to come down, and when I arrived, I'll let you know that I'm here." And no one, they still didn't get in contact with me. See that? See that? And they got their 5-star rating too. They got their 5-star rating in their new place. So I'm just saying, hey, we as black people, yes, we tend to go where other black people go to find peace and serenity. And I do see a lot of black Americans here in Thailand, and they're on the little motorbikes, and they seem really happy, a lot of them. But people, be aware. Be aware of what you're being charged. Anywhere you go, anywhere you go, so you too do not be deceived or overcharged, whatever way you want to call it. Okay. I felt it necessary to share that so I can have a clear conscience about what I share on YouTube. And just be careful, people, all races, religions, nationalities, colors, everything. I don't want anyone to be deceived or overcharged or underserviced. Yeah. So that's about it, people. That's about it. Sorry, that's my bed making noise. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Yeah. So that's what I want to tell you. And I'll keep you posted. What I'm doing now here in Thailand, I'm scouting around to see where I will feel comfortable. Yeah. Thailand is hot. I can't underestimate, I can't understate it. Thailand is hot. I knew it was hot, but man. So I'm not sure where I want to stay in Thailand. I did apply for the visa. I got it. I'm getting my 5-year visa here, so I don't have to leave the country or anything like that. So it's buying me 5 years of not having to leave the country, some stability, and really decide where I want to move to. For me, I like nature. I'm a nature person. I like trees. I'm in love with trees. Um, Water's nice, but I'm a garden person. I'm not a beach person. I've never have been a beach person. It's nice to look at in photos, but I am an inland fan of nature. Water is beautiful, but I'm looking for that other lifestyle. So I'm scouting around to see what will suit me. And again, feel free, people, no matter what you are, what your classification is. If something's not really working for you, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay. That's the true message. It is okay to change your mind. Okay? Don't be like that lady in St. Thomas who, because of embarrassment, stayed locked in a country for 20 years because she was ashamed to go back home because the guy stood her up at the altar. Okay, don't be one of those type of people. You don't like something, then make your plans to find another place that you might like. So, this is a spirit journey signing out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't done this format in a couple of months. I'm glad I'm doing it now. Take care and enjoy your day, people.